this is Rachel for Kaggle, and today I'm going to show you how to write code on a data set that we've hosted here on Kaggle on the Kaggle platform. So the first thing I'm going to do is find a data set, and I'm interested in Legos. So I'm going to find a Lego data set. And we have some options here, but I'm going to use this Lego database that I uploaded. Once I've come to the dataset page, I can create a new notebook on this dataset by going to this Analyze Data dropdown and starting a notebook kernel. And this is a Jupyter notebook that has some additional nice environment around it that we provide. And this will launch the notebook editor window. So the first thing we can do is we can enter a title for it. My Lego analysis. By default, our kernels start in Python, but if you would prefer for them to be in R, you can choose that from the drop down here. You can also upload an IPython notebook that you have locally, or you can download your notebook to save locally. When you commit your notebook, you run all of the code from top to bottom, and you create a stable version that you can refer back to later. And you can see here, I currently have one uncommitted draft. This means that my work is being saved, so you can see draft saved up here, but I can't come back to this version later if I want to leave. I'll come back and I'll see the current version that I'm working with and not one from a specific time point. You can also see some other information, how much compute I have available. Once I've committed a version, I'll be able to access it here, and every new version I commit, I will also be able to see here. We've started our kernel on a data set, so I can see information on my data set here, and you can see that it has a lot of different CSV files in it. Committed that. And I'm actually going to zoom out a little bit so I can find the close button and zoom back in. We also have settings, so if I want to make my data set public so that anyone can see it, I can change that here. Or I can add a specific user, so if I wanted to add myself and my admin account, I could do that here, and it would send me an email, my admin account an email. I can also change the language here as well as up here. I can change the Docker image, so you can see that I've created Docker image with custom package installs that I've used in other kernels. I can turn on the GPU or internet. These are currently in beta, so there may be some variation there in how those perform. And I can also install a custom package. In Python, I can install either from pip or from a GitHub repo. If I'm in R, I can only install from a GitHub repo. You can also find more information in the documentation here, and this is opening up in a new kernel, a new tab, and you can find a lot more information on kernels here. And finally, I can interact with kernels and datasets programmatically using the API. If we want to write some code though, I'm going to erase what's in here, and I am going to import pandas as PD. And then let's read in our data file. So I'm going to call my object data, and I'm going to actually write the real command. From the pandas package, I'm going to use the read CSV function, and I'm going to read in this colors file that we were looking at previously. And when I click on this, I can see that at the top here, there's a little path to where the file is in relation to my current working directory. So I can actually copy this and paste it here to get the specific data set that I was, file that I was looking at from within my data set. And so this will read it in, and now I can check that it's been read in correctly. And to run these cells, I am putting my cursor in them and hitting Control Enter. You can also put your cursor in it and then hit the play button. And if you have highlighted code, it will only execute the highlighted code. So this is the head of the data that I've read in, and it looks the same as it did when we previewed it over here. And then the final thing I can do is I can commit this, and it will create a stable version that I can come back to and see later. And because the commit happens in a different virtual machine, I can actually click out of here and continue working in my kernel environment. And that's how you get started working in kernels on Kaggle. Have fun.